And here we are, guys. Hello, it's me, Shane Davis, and I'm here with the beautiful, charismatic, lovely Yanzi Lynn.
Hello.
And we're here today to talk about Dune, about HBO Max setting the world on fire. What are we doing? Where are we at? Christopher Nolan screaming, and somebody else evidently. Some people getting paid though. But before we get into that, please, guys, hit like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification. It helps the channel out, helps the growth, helps the algorithm. Hit that like button, please. Leave us a comment. So here we go. Dune director blast HBO Max deal exclusive. This is hot and spicy. Now, guys, we did a video on this, I think, but before this, Christopher Nolan had choice words. He did not. He was quick to the arena, threw off some shots, threw out some landmines against HBO. Said, what was it? He said, imagining you thought you went to bed. You went to bed thinking you worked for the best media company, and you woke up finding out you worked with the worst.
The worst streaming service, he said. That was his word.
Service in the world. And our comment on that is I think a lot of people don't have deals cut out for streaming because you were in the theater movie business. Those were different type of kickbacks happening in different tiers. Original launch, premiere on this big high dollar thing. You had bonuses and stuff. But wait, and eventually you get to streaming, and that's okay because that's the gravy. You already made your money there. You're already in the clear. But what if you had to start on the third tier? Third tier would be streaming because there would be DVD releases and Blu-ray and all that stuff, merch, and then streaming. So imagine going straight to streaming. It's like you're starting at the bottom of the tier, plus you're already in debt, meaning like you haven't crossed a type of royalty or something like that. You haven't made that money back that they gave you to produce the film. So I think you're going to see a lot of people in Hollywood coming out of the woodwork pretty soon, pretty hot and pretty quick, except Gal Gadot and what was the director's name?
Patty Jenkins.
Why? Because they got paid. And
they
why
got paid $10 million each.
10 million. And why do we think they got paid? I'm sorry. Am I a male chauvinistic pick? I'm thinking it was SJW cred. Let's get the women card. We need that woman card to say they love streaming. They love it so much they're chewing on $10 million. That's how much they love it. So of course you have two women saying this is all pro, and in the end, this is going to be the end result. You're going to see a lot of men directors complaining. Why? Because they didn't get $10 million. They probably actually lost some money in this transaction. At least money they thought they were going to get on box office receipts and whatnot. But he's got a couple of choice words. Let's go through this.
Well, first of all, Denis Villeneuve begins by saying that, with the decision to move all these movies of the 2021 slate onto HBO Max, he says, AT&T has hijacked one of the most respectable and important studios in film history. There is absolutely no love for cinema, nor for the audience here. It is all about the survival of a telecom mammoth, one that is currently bearing an astronomical debt of more than $150 billion. So, with HBO Max launch a failure thus far, AT&T decided to sacrifice Warner Brothers' entire 2021 slate in a desperate attempt to grab the audience attention.
So what's kind of happening here? It's not the audience attention. This is a plane losing altitude. And when in the cargo plane, they're like, well, we have to unload weight. Engines down, we're losing altitude, we're going down, and they're throwing all the cargo off the ship. And one by one, these movies are just going onto the streaming service, trying to get back up. They're in debt a lot. They got to pay when you're in debt, and by in debt, they were lent money by somebody who wants some money back. And a lot of things are speeding up. I do believe with the streaming service, they were already getting close to this. Now, the problem is this earthquake of nobody was planning on this, but everybody already had these deals in motion. So the idea was maybe they were going to back out a few years from now from theaters and move further and further away from that. The problem, why this is such problem for one AT&T and HBO Max and Warner Brothers and everybody, is that these movies are on a different scale of money, which he'll talk about in a minute. But there's no way this will be in the profit on the streaming service. I mean, one household paying one fee versus by a household of three or four all buying a ticket at a movie theater. I mean, it just doesn't pan out financially. So this isn't something that's gonna be great for anyone. There's already Dune merchandise coming out, some action figures and stuff. So this movie was it was already supposed to be out, correct?
Yeah, it was supposed to come out this year actually, but they pushed it back. It's supposed to come out in December. So you can see that Villeneuve actually feels that streaming can produce great content, but not movies of Dune's scope and scale. Warner Brothers' decision means Dune won't have the chance to perform financially in order to be viable, and piracy will ultimately triumph. Warner Brothers might have just killed the Dune franchise. Now, let me jump in here real quick to say, I watched the Dune direct-to-TV series, two mini-series, Dune and Dune Messiah. So I have to say though, even though the production value is great, there's something very weird about seeing a story of such magnitude and such scope being presented on a small screen instead of big screen. It's like certain stories have to be told on the big screen for you to feel the impact. So
Yeah.
yeah, watching Dune on small screen, I'm not sure it would really work out for them.
I'm sure this movie had lots of sound effects with surround sound and whatnot, and that type of echo thing going on with worms and tremors and everything that could really only be appreciated in cinema. I'm not sure if this was going to be a 3D feature. It didn't really look that way. I will say when I saw his Blade Runner film in cinema, the color palettes and everything he had showing in a theater was something you had to see in a theater. The sound, everything, the atmosphere he pulled across on the screen. These were things that did come across in theater that honestly did not come across in when I watch it on my Blu-ray. It's different. It's hard to explain.
That's
He's
a good
really good.
catch. That's a very good catch because the main threat posed by the sandworms of Dune is that they can track their prey by vibration. And that's going to be a very interesting side effect that I don't think any home surround sound system can really replicate.
Yeah, there's been times in theaters, I'm sure you guys know when you're standing outside of a theater waiting to get in, that you can actually feel vibration on the wall, or sitting in a theater, you can actually, kind of feel the sound. And I'm not so sure if that wasn't part of his plans with Dune. That may have been the catch with Dune. He was a type of artist that he would take advantage of all the utility tools he has to tell a story. So I'm pretty sure from witnessing his films in theaters before that he was going to take advantage of the sound system in the theater in that type of box setting, that type of echo chamber, so to speak. So I'm kind of curious, where is he going to go with this in the future? Because I think after some of his words he has here, I don't think there will be another Dune film by him.
That would be very sad because I was actually looking forward to this Dune series. I never watched the original movie, but I watched the two mini TV series, and I'm actually looking forward to this one. So it's interesting though that Warner Bros. Decided just go ahead and do this because Dune was already before this HBO Max announcement. Dune was already scheduled to go into theaters in October next year, and that's according to what I'm reading in the papers, most of the USA should have access to the vaccine. We're talking about the general population should have access to the vaccine and be vaccinated by June or so. So this plan to just go ahead and say, no, we're actually gonna release everything same day on HBO Max as well. It's kind of like, yeah, you can stay home and watch it, for the same price you're paying for a streaming service, or you can go into theaters and pay $15 a head instead. I guess
Yeah.
it's. Think that depends on where everyone's financially also at that point in time. But I think what the smart choices, especially with your family, you can stay home and watch it instead.
Well, there's other factors here. These are going to be options when a theater is open. Like the theater in our hometowns already ripped the sign off the building, like they're closed and not opening back up. So, like the factor is, it's just by doing some of these moves, it's going to trigger certain theater chains to maybe go ahead and close down. Just because they say there can be a theater release is really that market is you're expecting that market to not been slaughtered by your decision to have this public, execution of a,
Well, the stock market certainly feels a certain way about it because I understand that the stock prices for the two biggest movie theater chains in the USA pretty much just nosedive after the HBO Max announcement. So I think the writing's on the wall with all these investors and stuff. They know where the future of cinema is, and spoiler alert, is definitely not going to be experiencing a boom anytime soon. And just to
Yeah.
tell you how strongly the Dune actors also feel about it, apparently, so Jason Momoa and Josh Brolin came out to basically, support what Villeneuve said actually about this. So it started with Josh Brolin on Instagram saying, "Long live the theater experience." Important article by Denis, director of Dune, and he is retweeted. Well, not retweeted, but he's posted shared again by none other than Jason Momoa, who reposted it. So, two of the big name actors from the franchise are here supporting Denis Villeneuve in his statement.
This is what happens. This is what happens when Wonder Woman gets paid and Aquaman and Cable does not get paid, guys. That's what happens. They complain on their social media. I do think you will not see the Wonder Woman team say anything negative going forward about anything to do with HBO Max. That they will be all positive, and you're just a bunch of grumpy men. Why are all you men grumpy about change? You see how this works? You're not there for change, guys.
But why would I be grumpy if I have $10 million?
Well, yeah, that's the thing you have to remember. They got $10 million. So, guys, let us know what you think about this news. Is this a death of cinema? And as one chapter in entertainment closes, out comes another. Starlight Cat's Merlion Rising up on Indiegogo. Go back it. Go check it out. This is a book that means a lot. Toe beans in space. Little girls, big adventures. Flying cats. Get on it, guys. And we will catch you with our next video. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, Yanzi, for stopping by. Catch you guys later. Take care. Goodbye.